Imagine waking up one day with a mission so grand it seems impossible. A task so beyond reality that it would make anyone question their own sanity. That's exactly what happened to Noah, an ordinary man with a heart turned toward God, living in a world completely corrupted. The Bible describes that generation as violent, evil, unjust. People had strayed so far from the Creator that God himself was grieved for having made them. The planet was in moral collapse. But Noah was different. He was righteous, blameless among his people. And it was precisely for that reason he was chosen for a mission that defied every law of logic and physics. To build a giant ark to save life on Earth from a catastrophic flood that would wipe out everything and everyone. And here begins one of the most impactful narratives in human history. God not only warned Noah about the coming flood, but gave him detailed instructions on how to build the ark. 3 levels, with hundreds of compartments. A true feat of ancient engineering. The most striking detail is that, up to that point, it had never rained on Earth as we know it. The idea of water falling from the sky in torrents was something no one had ever witnessed. So when Noah started cutting wood, gathering supplies, and building that massive vessel far from the sea, he was mocked. Called crazy, delusional, a fanatic, but he didn't stop. For decades, he kept building the ark, even without a single cloud in the sky. And that's where the essence of faith lies. Obeying without seeing, trusting, even when nothing makes sense. Time passed, and when the ark was finally finished, something supernatural happened. The animals began to arrive. 2 by 2, just as instructed. A male and a female of each land species. Picture the scene. Lions walking side by side with deer, snakes slithering silently at Noah's feet. Colorful birds flying above, elephants, giraffes, tigers, all obeying a divine call, as if they knew that ark was their only chance for survival. With all the animals aboard, Noah and his family entered the ark. Then, God himself closed the door. It wasn't Noet, it was the Creator who sealed it. No human could open or shut it anymore. Right after that, the skies broke open. At first, small drops. Then, within hours, violent storms. The underground springs also burst forth. The world was being drowned. For 40 days and 40 nights, rain poured down without mercy. The waters covered everything. Cities, fields, homes, even mountains vanished under the rising flood. The earth was reset. And in the midst of absolute chaos, one vessel kept floating. The ark. Inside, a microcosm of creation, safe, preserved. Noah and his family lived isolated from the world, surrounded by animals of every kind, trusting that, eventually, God would give them a sign that the waters would recede. But that sign didn't come immediately. In total, over 150 days passed until the ark finally rested on Mount Ararat, a peak located in what is now Turkey. Still, Noah didn't leave the ark right away. He waited. He sent out a raven, then a dove. And the dove returned with an olive branch in its beak. It was nature itself announcing life had returned. When Noah and his family finally stepped out of the ark, the very first thing he did wasn't build a house, look for food, or seek shelter. He built an altar. He gave thanks. And at that moment, God made an eternal covenant with humanity. He promised never again to destroy the earth with a flood. And to seal that promise, he placed a sign in the sky, the rainbow. Since then, the rainbow has become a symbol of peace, promise, and new beginnings. The story of Noah's Ark isn't just about destruction, it's about hope. About starting over when everything seems lost. About faith in the face of the absurd. And above all, about the power of being different in a world that insists on walking the wrong path. Noah teaches us that faith requires action. It's not enough to simply believe, have to build, obey, persevere. He shows us that even when everything around us is corrupted, we can still walk with God. In times of crisis, it's common to ask, what now? What should I do? The story of Noah answers, build your ark. Even if it sounds insane, even if no one understands. Because when the storm comes, and it always does, it will be your faith, your obedience, your endurance that keeps you safe. Above the floodwaters of chaos. And now, I want to hear from you. In what area of your life do you need to start building your ark today?